Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Medieval Kingdoms Total War 1212 AD. Here today on the channel, we have another online battle replay. This time around, it's a 1v1 between the Kingdom of France and the Ottoman Empire. So if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like and subscribe if you're new. Feel free to join the Discord and send me over your online battle replays, linked in the description below. So here we go, a nice flat battle map. There does seem to be some light trees and forests scattered throughout, and there seems to be a lot of uneven farmland terrain as well, which might be a little bit too difficult to maneuver on over. So let's set the scene. France is defending Francia. Once again, I guess the Ottoman Empire has made the decision to invade, potentially due to the Umayyad Caliphate defeat at the Battle of Tours. With them being pushed back, they want to sort of get revenge and some justice for their Caliphate brothers who lie dead in the field, I guess. So this is it. This is make or break for the Eastern world. Can the Ottoman Empire bring France under Eastern rule? It's going to be a good one. So, looking at the stats. Okay, so France have 4 units of cavalry, while the Ottoman Sultanate does have quite a bit more in 6. He's also got archer supremacy as well, while the French have a mixture of crossbows and some handgunners as well. The Ottomans have brought up some naft throwers as well, so they've got to watch out for that, as both sides slowly but surely make their way on up. Okay, so the front lines are still yet to move up. However, there's been some little bit of maneuverability here on the left. So France has moved up some cavalry, while the Ottoman hybrid cavalry with bows are just getting some shots on here, and the French cavalry must raise their shields up nice and high to stop this missile attack coming on in. They can't sit here for too much longer just getting peppered, or otherwise France is going to have his cavalry incredibly neutralized early on. But he seems to be taking the brunt of it though, as he doesn't want to charge, as the Ottomans do numerically outnumber him here on this cavalry side. France as well does have the numerical supremacy, just shy of 5,000, while the Ottomans have roughly around about 1,000 left with about 4,000. So they're going to charge up with the 2, and they've got 2 more cavalry in reserve as well. So the French have made the decision to give chase, but as you can see here, we've got some naft throwers and a pike infantry hiding and concealed in the forest. So it's a bit of a bait. It's an ambush. As the cavalry retreats, the naft throwers are going to get some shots off, and the French cavalry, although it might be a little bit, they might have pulled out just in time, but they have been bamboozled by that surprise attack there. That was a nice bait there, a bait and switch by the Ottoman player. Moved his cavalry up, started peppering the French. The French couldn't stand there for too much longer. They wanted to stop those shots on target, so they gave chase and they ran right into a trap. So a little bit of forest there helped them on out, the Ottomans, as they're moving in their infantry now and are just smashing on through the French cavalry. That could be the deciding factor in this battle, as the French heavy cavalry are just getting slaughtered on this side. Oh, but they have managed to regain a little bit of momentum here as French reinforcements have come on in and smashed through the naft throwers. They're just trading so far back and forth. It does look like the balance of power is slightly on the Ottoman favor, as the French cavalry now, after having infantry units on in, they're going to pull on out and maybe go for another charge here. But It looks like the French are going to have their cavalry neutralized on this left-hand side. Checking the right-hand side of the battlefield, the French are moving the rest of their cavalry on over. And they're going to start engaging the other Ottoman infantry on this other side. So the front lines are yet to battle it out. However, both the Ottomans and the French are trading cavalry left, right, and center. It's an absolute bloodbath for the cavalry commanders in this one. And it's still super hard to call. Who do you think is going to win? The Ottoman Sultanate, or the French and the King of France? Let me know in the comments, and make sure to pat yourselves on the back if you get the prediction right. But yeah, it's at the moment way too close to call between the French and the Ottomans as they engage the general unit here. Okay, so after the end of that little grind with the cavalry, the Ottomans managed to win on out. France's cavalry has mostly been neutralized. Okay, some skirmisher fire has broken on out as some handgunners look to advance, but they are just getting absolutely shredded and ripped on through by the Ottoman cavalry. They are going to get some shots off here, but will it be enough? Potentially not. So France, now with a lack of cavalry, has turtled up into a defensive position and has formed a noob box, like they call it, but he's formed a box. I wouldn't say it's a noob box. He's basically got no option here now with his cavalry neutralized. It was definitely the right decision to make, but he has been enveloped and surrounded because of it. The Ottomans have moved their cavalry around the back, and they're trying to neutralize those handgunners. They are losing some units in the process, but they've got 6 hybrid cavalry units trying to push on through, but they're struggling to break through and pierce through the handgunners' armor, to be honest. Some of those units were retreating. Okay, we've got some heavy Ottoman archers now, giving some additional support, arcing their shots up and over the front line, and starting to bring down some of the health and hit points of these French units that have formed up in a 2-bank or 3-bank formation now, 2 with infantry, 1 being just the skirmishers. And will they be able to break on through? So the French have made the decision to form up in a strong, long spear front line in formation with swordsmen in the rear, while they have more of their pike units further at the back. There is a slight bit of high ground there with the French as well, where they're managing to conceal their general. But the Ottomans look like they're going to advance now, as you would think they have missile supremacy. So it's swung to about a 55% in favour of the Ottomans as they push on here and close the distance in no man's land and advance. Here we go. The Ottoman front line is about to clash with the French. Can they somehow find an opening and break on through France's box and defensive position, or are they too knuckled down and dug in? But here we go, a crazy animation there. Oh no, a poor Frenchman now lies on the ground, and they are still continuing to trade archer firers all up and over the top. A decent charge on in here by the Ottomans. They might be able to break through the spear shield wall if they're lucky. And we've got some French pikes as well, pushing and holding on through, driving it forward. Okay, the generals there rotating. Oh, we've got some Ottoman cavalry routing, but same seems to be on the French front line. They don't seem to be holding. Once again, in 1212 AD, the momentum of these battles shifts and changes so much. It's really hard to see a clear-cut winner. However, there is 3 French spear units now retreating to the Ottomans 1. So that's not good for them. They've basically given up their defensive backline here, and the French have removed their infantry to the front, as there doesn't seem to be much of a threat from Ottoman cavalry in that rear charge just yet. But both sides are grinding things out. It's going to be a battle of stats at the moment, you would imagine. Who can be the more accurate with their archers, and whose infantry can win this one out. It's just turning into a little bit of a grind at the moment on the front line. As the Ottomans advance, can they break through France's line? Only time will tell, I guess. Okay, so still grinding things out. It does look like it's more in the Ottoman favour, but they're still struggling to push through. Okay, I think that's probably it. The Ottomans have grinded their way on through the last of the French, and that's pretty much it. It's going to end soon, you would imagine, in a Ottoman glorious victory against the French. France has fallen in a close defeat, and now the Ottomans can claim the territory in France and maybe even push towards Paris itself. Oh wow, let's have a look at the casualties sustained and inflicted. Also, once again, a huge shout out to the online players in this one. It was a good one. There was some really nice tactics as well. That ambush by the knife throwers was really quite fun and enjoyable. The cavalry trading was good as well. And then the defensive position the French had to make, but ended up losing in the end. Just those cavalry trading was just way too harsh on either side. Okay, so the French deployed 4,700, lost 3.1. So yeah, the French did have the numerical supremacy of about 1,000 over the Ottomans there. The French heavier cavalry did alright. The medium to melee, the weaker variant, wasn't as good. Didn't do alright. The handgunners only got a handful of kills here and there. The crossbows and the infantry did the best. Looking at the Ottomans there, look at that. Those hybrid units. Wow, look at that. 273, 216. They were so good. The knife throwers only got 5 kills. Poor fellas. They got capitulated from a decent French charge in the end. And it was mostly the Ottoman infantry that pushed and advanced on out. The Ottoman archers didn't do as well as what I sort of expected. To be fair, both sides didn't really deal too much of a blow. Skirmisher-wise, it was mostly an infantry and cavalry off towards the end. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this 1v1 multiplayer battle. It was another good one as well. Dude, these 1212 AD battle replays have been absolute bangers, like consistently. They've been so good. They've been really enjoyable to watch, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to play the outro now. Take care, boys. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you want to stay connected with me. I also want to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tao, Lion B, Kyle P, Tom C, and White P. My name has been Simpzy. Much love from Australia. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.